What's up, guys? 2002 Honda CRV. So the vehicle came in with the power steering noise, and the vehicle owner told me every time he tried to level up the fluid, and then on the foot dry and then back empty right away. And then, as you can see right now, the level is about right here, but he told me the fluid is not leaking from somewhere from the bottom, but the fluid, when the engine run, the fluid they overflow. And as you can see on the top of the reservoir, we get west of oil here. And he tried many times to add the fluids until up level, and then on the foot dry, no matter for how long, like half an hour, and back home, and he saw all the fluids that overflow and get wet everywhere under the reservoir. So he told me when the engine run, he saw the fluids overflow, pop out from the cap here, and as you can see right now, the fluid level is low right now. So look inside the rush. Hope you guys see in the video, the fluid seem to be some in there. And as you can see right now, the engine off. We don't see any air bubble in there because the engine off for a long time. Inside the reservoir, fluids will not hold the air bubble anymore, because you know that the air inside the fluids, inside the water is will pop to the top and fly away. Okay, guys, inside the car, maybe a little noise from the vehicle on the street. And let me start the engine. As you can see, when the engine runs at idle like that, we don't hear any noise from the steering pump. But try to turn the wheel. Okay, hope you guys hear in the video. Every time I try to move the steering wheel, and that means make the pumping more, and then fluid flow inside the system, and then it make a noise right away. Okay, as you can see, the engine run right now. We here at the pump, and seems like we don't hear the noise because the steering wheel right now is steady. No one turn the steering wheel at all. But look inside the reservoir, seems to be a little low fluid for me, but I see the fluid flow with the air bubble. And thinking about where the air came from. The air comes from right here. We have this hole, the inlet hole from the pump. This one the inlet, and this one the hydraulic. This one the outlet from the pump. Okay, now I'm thinking we have about 3 locations right now. One of them allow the pump suction area. First, you can see from the outlet hole here, we have the O-ring in it. And the second location, the hose connection here with the clamp. Hose clamp right here, and another hose connection under the reservoir with the clamp right there. Okay, what I would like to do, I don't want to add more fluid in the reservoir, because I don't later it's hard for me to disconnect something here and the fluid is popping out. Okay, let me try to replace the O-ring in here, and then after that I try to spin the hose around here. Somehow as you can see the clamp right here, where you can see the mark, if someone maybe remove a little bit for some reason. You can see right here the mark, the clamp is should be right here. Maybe someone is unclamp and then put it back this way. Later I will put it back where it was and change the O-ring and try to check underneath the reservoir, see what's going on, and add more fluid and bleed in the air to see the fluid keep overflow or not. Okay guys, the hose have been removed. Yeah, I tried to get this stuck right here higher than the reservoir, because I don't want the fluid flow this way and coming out and dirty. And as you can see the O-ring inside there, see how it look like. Okay, let me put on the rack. Sorry, just only one hand. Okay guys, you look at the O-ring. This O-ring is not round anymore. You see the body like right now is flat. Okay, let me find the right one and fit in there, and put the new O-ring in, see what's going on. And you can see the O-ring, it look not good anymore. Okay guys, already put the new O-ring in the inlet hose for the pump. So I try to remove the clamp back where it was. As you can see, I moved back and you can see the mark on this side. Yeah, anyway, hopefully the pump is not sucking the air from the hose clamp right here, hose connection right here, and the hose connection down there, hopefully. So now it's time to see the new O-ring to fit the problem or not. By right now, as you can see, the fluid level is right there. You can see in the video. Okay, let me ask you a little more. Oh man, sorry, just, yeah, I don't know. I don't want to push in too much, because if it's enough for me, don't let the pump sucking the air from inside the reservoir, and it's good to go. If the new O-ring fit the problem, and the system will be no more air bubble, and of course if you think it no more noise when you bleed in the air, you might be wrong, because when you bleed in the air coming out too much, but the amount of air sucking back in is very smaller than when you bleed the air. And then if you think it's okay, and return the vehicle to the customer, and they may right back tomorrow. Okay, now the vehicle already up in the air right here, yeah, with the gas. And let's start the engine, and I will breathe in the air, see hopefully inside the reservoir when we bleed in the air for a while, and no more air bubble and no more noise when the engine running normal. with the system no air in this. As you can see, the fluid, it should be no air bubble. Okay guys, inside the car, do again, start the engine. Okay, to bleed in the air out from the steering wheel, and you have to turn the wheel all the way to the right and all the way to the left, all the way to the right again, all the way to the left. And I don't know how many times, it's like 10, 15, 20 whatsoever. And then until when you all the way like this, you should not hear the noise anymore. It's a little noise that normal, and you know that. But in this case, you can see, let me see, yeah, that's not right. Okay, keep doing that. Okay, let me leave the steering wheel right now about that, and then back to the reservoir. I want to double check to see the fluid residue. Okay guys, right now the fluid is low right now. Low than the, where is what? Oh man. Yeah. Sorry, I just only one hand. Let's put in more. Yep, didn't you bleed in the air, keep the fluid level inside there, inside the reservoir, enough for the pump not stuck in the air in from inside here. But in this case, I'm not sure if it's a problem or not. That's why I don't want it to burst the right level and right now it seems to be low again, and I need to add more. Look on this side, and then I don't see it. Where is it? I don't see it anywhere. I didn't see it inside the reservoir. You can see too much bubble, but we don't know yet. First, and make sure no drop, okay? No drop, okay? Yeah, I'm gonna put it right there. And go inside of the vehicle and spin the wheel again. If you keep the fluid inside the level like empty or very low, allow the pump sucking the air inside the pump. No matter how much you do, turn in the steering wheel here, and no help at all, okay? One, two, three, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 maybe. Okay, I keep the wheel straight right now. I think, yeah, it is. And check for the level again. as you can see right now, the fluid bubble, and the fluid with the bubble and build up about that much. And I don't know right now if it fit or not. Let's see, it build up more or no more, because don't believe right now the air inside the rotten pinion pushed out here, maybe it will rise the fluid level. And I think we should stop the engine for a while and let our bubble in here goes away, and then run the engine again. Okay, now I will stop the engine for I don't know, 10-15 minutes until the fluid is here, no more bubble, and run again. Because if we keep running with the bubble like this, we don't know if it's or not. Okay guys, earlier you guys see when the engine run, I try to bleed in the air out from the system. So inside the reservoir, when the engine run earlier, you guys see it too much air bubble. And now, like I say, I have to stop the engine for a while and then let the air inside the reservoir goes away. Right now, as you can see, the fluids inside the reservoir is not holding the air anymore. And of course, when we run the engine and continue to bleed in the air, and of course inside here air again, but I hope it's not too much. If it's still too much like earlier, that means the problem is not fit. Okay, same thing, start the engine again. There we go. As you can see right now, when I turn the steering wheel all the way like this to the right, or no matter to the left, you don't hear the noise from like beginning anymore. But it's not really completely the air bleeding out. Keep doing that. So what I would like to do now, stop spinning the steering wheel and let the engine run like that, and look for the reservoir again. I don't know, I still see too much bubble in there. What I would like to do, let the engine run in idle for a while and see the bubble is maybe less, or if it's same like that. That means we put the new oil in, it doesn't fix the problem. Okay guys, if inside the system the air is too much, like this vehicle, because they only run for a long time with empty power fluid reservoir, that's why the air go inside the system too much. And in this case, after you repair something like I did, change the O-ring right there from the inlet hose for the pump. And then after that, just say maybe, hopefully. So now, in this case, too much air in the system, you guys have to run the engine, turn the steering wheel all the way to the left, all the way to the right, and do that like 10-15 times. And after that, do it left to right, right to left, with a high RPM, like 2000 RPM, hold the engine at 2000 RPM and turn the steering wheel left to right, right to left, like the pump more power and push the air out. And then because the system, the air too much, and the air is not going down right away, and will be build up the reservoir, the fluid will build up the level, and you got the problem, and you have to stop the engine and wait for about 10-15 minutes until the air inside the fluid holding the air bubble until the air goes away, and then run again and do again, start over, turn to left to right, right to left with the high RPM one more time, high RPM 2000 RPM, left to right, right to left, about 10 times like that, 15 times until from inside the car you don't hear the engine, the pump may make a noise like cry the noise like no more. That means inside the system is seems to be less air. I don't say completely no more, but it is not air too much. That's why the pump stop crying, and then run it for a while and do that a few times, turn up the engine, wait until, as you can see right now, the level, as you can see I put in the level and more than the upper rise right here, and I put in right here, you can see bouncing in there, and look inside here with the engine running, you just don't see the bubble anymore. Yeah, like that. You can see a little better bubble because the fluid flowing and hit the wall, and then it make a bubble. That's why on the cap, as you can see here, they cut out like this for the air come up. Over here cut out, and what about the middle one? Over here cut out for the air coming out. And then if you're not sure, I don't see the bubble anymore. Let me push down here. Yeah, the level, I'm okay with that. And let me go inside the car. Hold the RPM at 2000 RPM, and then if the reservoir overflow again, that means the problem solved. And right now, as you can see, okay, right now I'm holding this 2000 something RPM. Okay, let me spin the steering wheel. Man, you don't hear the noise anymore. You can hear the little noise when the steering wheel all the way for like right now to the left. Yeah, that's normal, guys. And to the right, that's normal, guys. Right now I'm doing with the RPM too high like that, same thing like the driver turning steering wheel but still gas, 2000 RPM or 1500 RPM, and they spinning, they turn left, turn right, or they back up something. Then I mean, anyway, when it's high RPM, the driver is spinning steering wheel, so it takes me a while like 1.5 minutes or 2 minutes for now. Okay, let me stop and look on the reservoir again. If it's not overflow, we okay. Okay guys, see the level still right there guys. And look again, maybe some bubble, maybe not. Yeah, we don't have that bubble anymore. As you can see right now, you can lift on the top of the fluid. It's like a shining, okay, like flare. Okay guys, okay, follow the video. If you got a problem with your own vehicle, the steering wheel is noise. It's just noise, but it's not low fluid like this vehicle. Why? Because this vehicle low fluid? Because the fluid, when the owner driver, the fluid overflow and coming out. You can see on top here, I didn't clean that. Look at that. Okay, because your car may be no low fluid, but it's noise. Go ahead and put it to do like I did. Change the O-ring in here first. In most cases, the O-ring in here, no shop no more. And change the safe. If not, you don't see it leaking, but when the pump is sucking the fluid and the air start coming in, little by little, it's built up inside the rubber pinion and push it out here. In this case, this vehicle is sucking air with very big amount. That's why the bubble here build up the level, fluid level, and overflow. Okay, and if after you change the O-ring, make sure you properly do everything correct, do everything right, the right O-ring, put it in. If it's still leaking, it's still problem, you may need to change this hose and may need to change the reservoir. You know, sometimes the reservoir, the connector from the bottom here gets cracked, and then it's not big enough for the fluid leaking out, but it's good enough for the air have been sucking in by the pump. Anyway, don't worry about the outlet hose. The outlet hose, that means the fluid after the pump, and it comes to this hose. You can see the bill of the hose is like you know, the metal at the end of the hose. I mean, inside here only the fluid flow this way, and no way the air sucking in here. If this hose is no good, over in here is no good, or the hose is bad, it will leak in the fluid out. And never the air goes in here on the outlet side, guys. It just goes in by the inlet side. Okay, inlet hose, inlet O-ring, inlet hose connector, and the bottom of the inlet hose. From that connector, if we talk about the reservoir, that means the outlet. Outlet, I mean fluid out from the reservoir and flow this way and go here, go in. That means inlet. Outlet from the reservoir, inlet from the pump, outlet from the pump, and then that's it. Hope you guys comprehend it, and if you guys your own vehicle problem, try to fix it up yourself. After fix it, try to check like I did, because this vehicle, the owner complained when he puts he level the reservoir on the foot dry and back home or right away at his garage, and he run the engine for a while and the reservoir overflow. It's I asked him, have you ever overfilled? He said no. I put in dry level and start the engine run, and later the level build up and up and out, overflow on the cap here. And if you have the same problem, and follow the video and fix the problem like I did. First I changed the O-ring, it said yes, and hopefully it's fixed, and now it is fixed. And I'm lucky with that, because I don't know the hose is cracked or back connection here, back connection into the reservoir. And now after that you don't see the bubble in here anymore like this. Close the cap. If you got overflow problem and the pump is noise, try to close the cap and then run with engine RPM 2,000, 2,500 turn the steering wheel like I did several times, like the driver do on the road. Come back here. If it's not overflow anymore, that means you have a lucky day. Okay, that's it guys. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time. Bye bye.